Good Tuesday morning. I'm Dwayne Nelson. Bluff City pastor and television evangelist has entered a plea in Sullivan County Court for allowing her husband and mother to live in deplorable conditions. 59-year-old Brenda Vyers entered an Alford plea to 2 charges of willful neglect of an adult. Charges came after law enforcement removed her husband and mother from an apartment that was overrun by mice, roaches, and gnats. Vyers' attorney, Rick Spivey, told 11 Connects he didn't recommend the plea, but it was something she did on her own.
I personally don't believe my client is guilty, but she chose, as I said in court, as a result of a higher power to make that decision. And I very rarely make any statements regarding these kind of cases, but I think it's important for people to realize that she's a fine lady.
Judge Rob Montgomery instructed Vyers to meet with a probation officer before she returns to court on July 5th for sentencing. She faces up to 2 years in prison. One area nursing home cannot accept new admissions. That ruling from Tennessee Department of Health Commissioner John Dreisner concerning Bristol Nursing Home. The order was handed down to the 120-bed licensed nursing facility on North Street in Bristol based on conditions found during a complaint investigation and annual survey last month. The surveyors allegedly found violations in administration, performance improvement, nursing services, and resident rights. Stabbing in Johnson City's left a teenager facing charges. It happened last night at a home in the northern section of the city. Police said a father and son got into an altercation. The 17-year-old juvenile allegedly stabbed his father with a kitchen knife. The teen is charged with aggravated assault domestic violence. He's being held in the juvenile detention centers, expected to be arraigned soon. Kingsport police have identified the person who died as the result of a single-vehicle crash over the weekend on John B. Dennis Highway. 61-year-old Charles Murray from Fall Branch, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was killed after he was ejected through the passenger window of a Mazda pickup after it rolled over and struck an embankment. The driver, 39-year-old Melissa Kennedy, was wearing her seatbelt and was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. That investigation is continuing. Kingsport leaders have announced plans to widen a portion of a busy roadway in the downtown area. The Board of Mayor and Aldermen is working a fast-track plan to widen Sullivan Street from Church Circle to Lynn Garden Drive. Ryan McReynolds, Public Works Director for the city, explains what the city would like to do.
What our plans are is to go back and actually create a 3-lane road through the bulk of this section. Now, when we get back toward the Church Circle section, we need to get back into a 2-lane section to enter the circle itself.
Nearly $4 million have been earmarked for the project, which is on a 5-year capital improvement projects list that totals $13.5 million. A shortfall in the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department spending plan has prompted budget officials in the county to hold an emergency session. $600,000 shortfall had expected to be much less, but rising fuel costs and increased overtime are being blamed on the problem. No action was taken during a meeting yesterday. The Budget Committee scheduled to meet again on April 25th. And a drug bust in Kingsport has led to several people facing charges. Darren Hill, Lloyd Dodwell, James Lee, and Jeffrey Hill are charged with possession of over a half gram of crack cocaine for resale, simple possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Charges stem from a search warrant executed by the Kingsport Police Vice Unit and SWAT team at a home on East Sevier Avenue. All 4 men set to be arraigned in General Sessions Court this morning. I'm Dwayne Nelson. Have yourself a great Tuesday.